right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dave Cave and the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's presentation of the 1972-73 Epic Basketball League. My name is Dave Little, and we are so glad to have folks tuning in for tonight's game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. Both teams opened up the season with victories on opening night. Milwaukee with a big win over Golden State, 22-point victory. And the Knicks also with a big 16-point win over Houston in Gold Division action. So here we are with the Bucks and the Knicks ready for action in Madison Square Garden. Thank you all for joining us. Getting started a little bit late tonight because I did a little work on the rotation grids, and we're going to try to use rotation grids for the substitution patterns. We had some challenges with that last week, and tonight we will see what happens with the rotation grids that I put together myself. Now, for the starting lineups for the visiting Milwaukee Bucks, it will be the All-Star and Hall of Fame point guard Oscar Robertson in his 13th season out of Cincinnati, starting things off alongside his backcourt running mate John McLaughlin, 8 years out of Indiana. The small forward is a good one, Bob Dandridge, 4th year out of Norfolk State. Had a fine season in 72-73, 20 points and 8 rebounds per game. He'll be joined by the second-year man Curtis Perry, third-year man out of Missouri State. Very solid frontline player. And the center, of course, is the two-time Epic Basketball League leading scorer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and his 72-73 campaign was stellar. First-team All-NBA, second in the league scoring, 30 points, 16 rebounds per game, as the Bucks under Larry Costello would finish with a fine 60-22 record before losing to Golden State in the first round of the NBA Western Conference playoffs. For the Knicks, it will be Walt Frazier. Starting off, the Knicks had 3 All-Stars in 72-73, led by point guard Walt Frazier, second-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense, 21 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds per game for Frazier in 72-73. His backcourt mate, 6-year man out of Winston-Salem State, Earl the Pearl Monroe. Monroe acquired late in the 71-72 season. This would be his first full season with the Knicks. The small forward, Bill Bradley, an all-star selection in 72-73. And the third all-star, Dave DeBusschere, is your power forward. Also a first-team all-defense performer in 72-73. With fine marks of 16 points and 10 rebounds per game. And making the start at center tonight, he was questionable coming into the game with injury, is Willis Reed, 9th year out of Grambling State. And of course, the 72-73 season was the year when the Knicks won the NBA championship with this unit. Coached by Red Holtzman, 57-25 on the regular season, but won the NBA championship, and Willis Reed was your finals MVP. As we say good evening to Philip Reynolds in the chat room, and yes, indeed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is with the Bucks at this phase in his career, and I think we are ready for action here from the Dave Cave from Madison Square Garden. As the players are assembled at midcourt, and the tip is in the air, and the Bucks will control and get your first possession of the game moving from right to left on the computer screen. Oscar Robertson set things up, working against Frazier. 12 on the shot clock. Robertson looks to distribute, finds Kareem inside down low. Kareem working against Willis Reed has it knocked out of bounds, Milwaukee retains possession, but they're going to have to work quickly as there is only 1 second on the shot clock. Perry to inbound for Milwaukee. We'll just let the CPU do what they can do. They get it out to McLaughlin up top, and he cannot get the shot off. So good defense on the opening possession by the Knicks, forces the turnover. And New York will have their first possession of the night. Walt Frazier running the point, setting things up for his squad. And he has got it out on top, comes off a screen, has an open look from 18 feet out, and he buries it.
Walt Frazier.
Nice looking jump shot by Frazier, puts New York up 2-0. Back come the Bucks. They look to Dandridge on the perimeter. Dandridge covered tightly by Earl Monroe out there. He's going to try and dump it down low to Curtis Perry on the low block. Perry in the paint, posts up, turns and fires too strong. And Willis Reed takes the rebound for New York. Frazier brings the Knicks back on to the offense. He's now got Bob Dandridge guarding him on the outside. Comes off the screen. Frazier with a step to get into the lane. His layup is off the glass and short. Bob Dandridge got a piece of that one. Nice recovery by Dandridge on the defense. Reed takes the offensive rebound. And we have got a blocking foul on McLaughlin as Reed tried to get the putback up and down. That foul is called on the floor. It'll be a side out for Milwaukee. Excuse me, a side out for New York. That foul was on Milwaukee. Bill Bradley to inbound, fresh 24 for the Knicks. And the ball goes down low to DeBusschere. DeBusschere loves working on that low block, and his first jump shot of the night is good. New York out on top now 4-0. Milwaukee looking to make things happen on the offensive end. Here's an open look from McLaughlin from the baseline. That's no good. Dandridge in strong for the offensive board. Dandridge on the putback attempt has it knocked away and stolen by Bill Bradley. Frazier wants to run. He takes the outlet from Bradley, dribbling down the center of the court. Milwaukee back on defense. Frazier cross-courts it to DeBusschere. DeBusschere's layup is good.
Dave DeBusschere.
Walt Frazier ran that fast break like nobody else, and he has got New York up now 6-0 in the first 2 minutes of action here from Madison Square Garden. Oscar wants to get it in down low to Kareem. He can't find Kareem. Instead, he drives it into the lane. His shot is no good. But Kareem comes down with the rebound. Kareem on the putback attempt over Frazier slams it home. Good putback there by Kareem. Gets the Bucks on the board for the first time, but they still trail 6-2. New York with the basketball. They've got it in the hands of Bradley. Bradley's got an open look on the wing, and he buries it.
Bill Bradley.
Bradley off to a fine start this season. 26 points in his opening game against the Houston Rockets. 8-2 now in favor of the Knicks. Robertson with it on the outside. Faced up out there by DeBusschere. Robertson's got an open look. Here comes Frazier to help out, but Robertson buries it, and he is fouled on the play by DeBusschere.
Robertson scores.
3-point opportunity for the Big O.
First team
as he was fouled out there by DeBusschere. And the free throw attempt by Robertson is good.
Made the free throw.
8-5 now is your score. New York still holding a 3-point lead as they come back to the offensive end. It looks like my displays are a little small here. And forgive me, I'm tootling around with the setup here as we go along. And please indulge me as I try to get things adjusted here at the beginning of the season. That's a little better. Got some better size on the fonts. Here's a jump shot from the outside by Frazier. That's no good. Rolls around the rim and off. Another rebound for Abdul-Jabbar for Milwaukee. And now it's the Bucks who want to run. Robertson dribbles down against Frazier, sends it to Dandridge on the baseline. Dandridge drives the baseline, lays it up and good.
Dandridge.
Nice little reverse layup there by Dandridge to get around the defense and score that one. It's now 8-7. New York got off to a quick start. Milwaukee has taken the first punch and have counterpunched, and it's an even matchup here 3 minutes into this one. Here's Monroe with a look from the outside. Monroe's going to take it to the hole. Steps around Robertson. Cut off by Abdul-Jabbar in the lane. His short jump shot falls off the rim, no good. And another rebound for Kareem for Milwaukee. Robertson brings the Bucks back on offense. They get it inside to Kareem down low. Banging bodies with Willis Reed in the low block. Kareem kicks it back out to Robertson. His shot is no good, but he's fouled on the shot by Frazier. And it will be Oscar Robertson headed to the free throw line. Robertson already with one three-pointer tonight. Hits the first free throw here.
Robertson made the free throw.
Very good 85% free throw shooter on the season. As Robertson tees up the second and delivers. Milwaukee with their first lead of the game now, 9-8. New York and Coach Red Holtzman trying to get things back together and regain some momentum here as we approach the midway point of the first quarter. Frazier sets things up, tries to get the shot off over Robertson, but he has it tipped away. Dandridge comes out of there with it for Milwaukee. Another possession for the Bucks. Here's Robertson from the outside playing a little two-man game with McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to force a pass down inside to Kareem. That was a bad pass, and that is a turnover. New York back in possession. With it now on the outside is Bradley. Facing up against Dandridge from the wing. Bradley from the free throw line extended, puts up the jump shot, and scores it. And Dandridge got him on the arm on the defense. So it will be a three-point opportunity now for Bill Bradley.
Second team foul.
New York back on top by one. Looking to make it two here if Bradley can deliver from the charity stripe. And he scores it.
Bradley made the free throw.
Knicks 11, Bucks 9. As we are now just 4 minutes into this ballgame. Once again, they shove it into Jabbar, but he is forced away from the basket by Reed. Too far out to get off a good shot. He's going to try and dump it inside to Dandridge. Dandridge posting up down low against Bradley. Shot no good. Jabbar takes the rebound. And Kareem on the putback attempt. Cannot get that one to fall. Kareem with another opportunity. Working hard down low. And this one is swatted by Willis Reed. And finally, Earl Monroe comes out of there with it for New York. Reed with a quick outlet to Frazier. Frazier down the center of the court. Dribbles to his left. Cross courts it to Bradley on the right wing. Bradley lays it up and good.
Dollar bill.
Bill Bradley with 7 quick points here to get things started for the Knicks. They're back on top by 4. With it on the outside now is Dandridge. Trying to find Kareem down low. Kareem trying to get off that sky hook. Reed bodies him up, won't give him space to get the shot. Abdul-Jabbar gets his own rebound. It's swatted away from him out of bounds, and New York will get possession. Reed knocked it off of the leg of Kareem. And we've got our first substitution of the night. Into the game comes Lucius Allen at the point guard, which is kind of the way I set it up. We'll see how these rotations work out tonight on the substitutions. New York with the basketball leading by 4. They want DeBusschere down low. His jump hook around Perry is no good, but Perry hit him on the elbow. And Dave DeBusschere now will head to the free throw line for New York. Looking to extend the lead. As DeBusschere comes to the free throw line. Pretty good free throw shooter and connects on the first.
DeBusschere made the free throw.
And now Robertson quickly back into the game. Not sure why that happened on the rotation grid, as DeBusschere misses the second shot, but Reed strong with the offensive rebound. Reed with a putback attempt steps around Kareem, cannot get the layup to go. Kareem takes the rebound. Kareem already with 7 rebounds on the night. Quick outlet to Oscar, as the Bucks now want to run. Abdul-Jabbar has it down low, sends it back to Robertson, and Robertson double dribbles. Turnover by the Bucks gives the ball back to the Knicks, now with a 5-point lead. And looking to expand it. The ball goes inside to DeBusschere again. DeBusschere has been productive so far tonight, and he scores again over Perry. That's 7 points for DeBusschere. The New York lead is 7. DeBusschere and Bradley are getting it done here tonight for the Knicks, as they have once again climbed out to the lead, about at the midway point of the first quarter. Here's an outside open shot for McLaughlin, and he buries that to end the Knicks' run and cut the lead back down to 5. New York basketball in the hands of DeBusschere. Guarded out there by McLaughlin. Looks for a teammate. Can't find anybody. Backs his way down. Here comes Perry over to pick him up on the switch. DeBusschere from the low block now with 6 on the shot clock. Gets the defender off his feet, misses his shot, but he is fouled on the play by Kareem.
Foul is on Kareem.
And DeBusschere will go back to the free throw line. 75% shooter on the 72-73 season. Missed the first one badly. Trying to collect himself as Lucius Allen now comes into the game as expected for Milwaukee, replacing Oscar Robertson. DeBusschere hits the second free throw. He's now got 8 points, and the lead is back to 6, 17-11, as we're at the midway point of period number 1. Milwaukee with the basketball. Lucius Allen now running the point. Tries to get into the lane. Comes off the screen by Perry, but bowls over the defender, and down to the floor goes Frazier. That is an offensive foul. Substitutions now for both sides, as we start to see some movement in and off the bench. New York with the basketball and a 6-point lead. They've got it in the hands of Frazier. Guarded very tightly out there by Lucius Allen. Frazier's going to try and make his way around Allen and get into the lane. He's cut off there by Curtis Perry. The pull-up jump shot by Frazier is no good, and it's Perry on the rebound for Milwaukee. Possession back to the Bucks. Allen calls a play for Milwaukee. They get it to Kareem down on the baseline. Kareem's going to try and send it back out to Allen at the free throw circle, and he nails that one. Good-looking jump shot by Lucius Allen. Now in his 4th season out of UCLA. College teammates with Kareem at UCLA. Moving on now to play together as members of the Milwaukee Bucks. Four-point lead now for the Knicks, as Phil Jackson into the game at the small forward position, posting up down low against Mickey Davis. Jackson from the low block tries to get into the lane, and Davis reached in and fouled him. And that is going to put New York into the bonus and send Phil Jackson to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jackson good on the first.
Jackson made the free throw.
Very nice 79% free throw shooter on the season. Second shot by Jackson is good.
Jackson made the free throw.
New York back on top by 6, 19-13. Now just over 5 to play in the first quarter. They want to get it inside to Kareem. He is their offensive force down there. Robertson and Allen now in the backcourt together. Allen tries to dump it down low to Kareem. Kareem on the inside is fouled hard by Phil Jackson.
Foul is on Jackson. His first.
Kareem had an open look, and Jackson just grabbed him. And picks up the personal foul, but that is on the floor. And it will be a side out for the for New York. As we say hello to D. Scott Howard in the chat room. Welcome, D. Scott, to tonight's action from Madison Square Garden, the 1972-73 NBA champion New York Knicks hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. And New York has had the lead for most of the first period here. I'm still playing around with some of the Action PC substitution settings, so we're going back and forth. But Lucius Allen just got free at the free throw line. Got the leaner to go and got the foul on Frazier for a opportunity at a three-point play. And Allen missed the free throw. New York up by 4. Jerry Lucas now into the game, grabs the rebound for the Knicks. For the Knicks, you've got Memminger at the point with Henry Bibby at the shooting guard. Phil Jackson on the wing, and DeBusschere and Jerry Lucas down low for the Knicks. For Milwaukee, the backcourt is Lucius Allen and Oscar Robertson. Mickey Davis in the game at the small forward, along with Curtis Perry and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down low. New York running the offense now through Memminger. He gets it inside to Phil Jackson. Jackson posting up down low against Mickey Davis. The shot by Jackson is
foul is on Davis.
No good, but he is fouled by Davis, and he'll go right to the free throw line. So Mickey Davis comes right into the game and picks up 2 personal fouls.
Jackson made the
rookie out of Duquesne is Mickey Davis. And that's going to bring Bob Dandridge back into the game for Milwaukee as Jackson hits both free throws to put the Knicks back on top by 6. 21-15 now is your score. Milwaukee has the basketball. They've got Robinson on the outside now, playing on the wing against Memminger, and Memminger stole it. Memminger picked his pocket, and that's another possession for the Knicks. Memminger with Bibby out on top. Bibby working against Lucius Allen. A couple of UCLA grads going at it. Bibby takes it into the hole. His short jump shot is off the back iron, no good. DeBusschere comes in for the offensive board, and New York will reset. Bibby's got it again on the outside. Memminger has an open look as he comes off the screen, gets into the lane, lays it up, and good. And he is fouled on the play by Oscar Robertson. And that will send Memminger to the free throw line. We saw a little bit of Memminger last year. He's now in his second year out of Marquette. Backing up Walt Frazier at the point guard position. And now we've got Bill Bradley at the point guard, and that is completely irrelevant to anything I did with the rotation grid. So I'm gonna have to probably email Dave Cook or do some more exploring with these substitution patterns. I did not like the substitution patterns in the first game when I was letting the computer handle everything. And so I set up rotation grids manually, and the computer's not following those because I have no idea why Bill Bradley is in the game at the point guard position. Unless it's the foul trouble. Looks like Frazier's got 2 fouls. I don't remember Frazier picking up 2 fouls. Let's take a look at the box score. And according to the box score, yeah, Frazier does have 2 fouls. Did he come back into the game? Maybe he came back into the game without me being aware of that. But Bibby should be your backup point guard here. Anyhow, action will continue. With New York now up by 9 after the 3-point play by Memminger. And Milwaukee's got to get something going here. They've got Allen and Robertson on the court together. They're going to look inside to Perry, who's the open man on the low block. Perry steps around to DeBusschere, lays it up and good. Nice entry pass by Lucius Allen to set that one up and bring Milwaukee back to within 7. Bucks keeping it close. Knicks work it inside to Jackson. Jackson working on Dandridge in the paint. Shoots the fall away and scores it.
Phil Jackson.
Give the assist to Bill Bradley on that play. Milwaukee now runs a play. We've got a whistle, and Abdul-Jabbar off the ball is fouled by Jerry Lucas. And that will send Jabbar to the line for 2 free throws. Kareem was trying to work his way open on the low block, and Lucas pushed him off the block, and the referees didn't like that. So Jabbar with his first free throw of the night. That's good. Knicks have held him down pretty well. Only 4 points now in the first quarter, averaging 30 on the season. And Jabbar hits both the free throws. It's back to a 7-point game. New York with the lead and the basketball. They get it to Bradley on the wing. Bradley shooting over Dandridge. His fadeaway is on target, and Dandridge fouled him. We are seeing a lot of personal fouls being whistled on both ends of the floor here tonight. And Bradley has a chance for another 3-point play here for the Knicks. Bradley converts. It is now a 10-point game, 29-19. 2.5 minutes to play in the first period. Milwaukee needs to get the offense going. They've got some all-stars out there. They get it down low to Abdul-Jabbar working against Lucas. He fakes, he turns, he shoots, he scores, and Lucas fouled him.
Kareem scores.
So now it's Kareem's turn to go for the 3-point play. And that will bring Willis Reed back into the game for the Knicks. Kareem hits the free throw.
Abdul-Jabbar hit the free throw.
And that cuts it back to a 7-point game. 29-22 is your score here in the first quarter of play. Both teams shooting the ball well, over 53% for both squads. But the Knicks have just been hitting the free throw line a little more frequently. And the big difference in this game is the turnovers. Milwaukee with 6 turnovers on the night to none for the Knicks. As D. Scott Howard says, is it the Rodney Dangerfield movie Back to School where the head of the school is Dean Meminger? I remember that movie. I don't remember the dean's name, but yeah, that could well be. And we've got some more pop culture references to come later in the night, depending on how this game plays out. But thank you, D. Scott Howard, for our first pop culture reference of the night. New York up by 7 with the basketball. Inside they go to Jackson. Jackson working on the low block against Terry Driscoll. Driscoll stole it. Good defense by the veteran Driscoll, and that's going to open up a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Bucks in transition. Robertson's in the lead. He's got Driscoll and the rookie Chuck Terry now with him on the break. They send it over to Chuck Terry on the wing. He drives, he shoots and misses. Terry gets his own rebound back. And he is going to send it back out to Robertson. Can't find Robertson. Instead, he shoots the putback and scores it. Nice second effort there by Chuck Terry to get the basket and pull the lead to within 5. New York with the basketball now, once again looking at Jackson down low. Working on Driscoll. Wants another shot at the low block. Steps around Driscoll this time. His shot is no good. And the rebound is taken out of there by Chuck Terry for Milwaukee. Here's Robertson. Over to Allen. Allen with an open look at a jump shot, no good. And Bill Bradley takes the rebound for New York. New York on the other end has Jackson open down low. He is working hard down there tonight, and he gets another open jump shot to go from the block. And quickly, Phil Jackson has come into the game off the bench and put up 8 points. New York back on top by 7. Just over a minute to play, first quarter. Very productive quarter for the Knicks. Milwaukee has it on the outside with Robertson. Working on Bibby. Robertson wants to attack the glass. Steps around Bibby, gets into the lane. Nice reverse layup is off the rim, no good. And it is Willis Reed coming out of there with it for New York. I thought Robertson had that one, but it spun off the rim and into the hands of Willis Reed for the Knicks. New York with the basketball now, 50 seconds to play. Phil Jackson very active inside. Working on Terry Driscoll again down low. This time the jump shot is no good. Kareem takes the offensive rebound. Kareem takes it off the defensive board. Quick outlet to Lucius Allen. Allen wants to run. He sends it to Robertson in the center of the court. Back over to Allen. Allen lays it up and good. Very well executed fast break for the Bucks that time, and they are back to within 5. It's been between a 5 and a 10-point game throughout the first quarter. New York has held the lead for the most part, and they're looking to finish strong here in the final 30 seconds of play. Jackson, once again, wants it down low. He's got it inside against Driscoll. Fakes left, turns right, shoots. Off the glass, no good. And this time it is Kareem with another rebound for Milwaukee. And they will try to milk the clock here for the final shot of the period. 24 seconds on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Ball now in the hands of Driscoll. Driscoll's got an open jump shot from the perimeter, and that is good. He did leave Milwaukee with some time here. And it will be the Bucks now who can play, or the Knicks who can play for the last shot of the period. They get it to Bibby on the outside, and he cannot hit. But he's hit on the arm by Robertson.
Foul is on Robertson, his second.
Not a smart decision by Oscar Robertson with just 1 second left on the first quarter clock. Robertson picks up the foul and sends Henry Bibby to the free throw line. Bibby, of course, also out of UCLA. Was the 4th round draft pick for the Knicks. But a good player in his own right, also known as the father of NBA player Mike Bibby. And Henry Bibby went on to have a pretty successful coaching career at USC out in California. Here's Bibby teeing up the second free throw. And he connects. And that makes it a 5-point lead at the break. I don't think Milwaukee's going to be able to get anything done here. Here's Allen throwing one up from half court. No good. And that's going to be the end of the period.
At the end of the first quarter, New York 33, Milwaukee 28.
Your first quarter box score, it's a 5-point lead for New York, largely due to the turnover differential, as the Knicks forced 6 Milwaukee turnovers in the quarter. Both teams shot the ball well. New York had the advantage from the free throw line. Leading scorer in the game is Bill Bradley for the Knicks with 10. 8 apiece for Dave DeBusschere and Phil Jackson off the bench. Milwaukee was led by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 7 and 9 big rebounds for Kareem. 6 points off the bench for Lucius Allen. Oscar Robertson in with 5 points and 3 assists. All right, I think we're ready for action here in quarter number 2. At halftime, we will have updates from the channel. The second quarter jump ball is in the air, and it is controlled by New York. They've got the basketball now with that 5-point lead. It's Meminger at the point guard with Monroe. And Bradley and DeBusschere at the forward positions and Willis Reed down low. So with the exception of Walt Frazier, New York has got all of their starters in play. Milwaukee has got Lucius Allen at the point while Robertson takes a rest. McLaughlin at the shooting guard. Dandridge and Driscoll at the forwards, and Curtis Perry spelling Abdul-Jabbar to start the second period for the Bucks, as we say hello to Dave Gardner listening in bed. Hope all is well with you, Dave, hitting the sack at 9:30 on a Friday night. But we're glad to have you here in the chat room for tonight's action. New York with the basketball. They get it to Monroe on the outside. He has got Lucius Allen all over him on the switch. Monroe's going to try to attack with Jabbar on the bench. He gets into the lane. He's cut off by Perry. Perry makes him alter the shot, but they call Perry for the foul. Perry not happy about that, but that will send Earl Monroe to the free throw line. Monroe, an 82% free throw shooter, hits the first. His first point of the night. Monroe missed the second, and the rebound is taken out of there by Perry. And he travels with it. Just like that, another turnover for Milwaukee. New York now up by 6, 34-28, and preparing to inbound the basketball. Meminger has it out on top. Looks around, checks out his options. He's going to try and dump it down low to Willis Reed. Reed working inside against the smaller Terry Driscoll. Shoots and scores, and Driscoll fouled him. Boy, the foul parade continues for the Knicks. They've already committed, the Bucks. The Bucks have already committed 12 fouls on the night. And Milwaukee coach Larry Costello is voicing his displeasure to the referees at the foul totals as Willis Reed steps to the line and completes the three-point play to put New York back on top by 9. Milwaukee's barely touched the ball here in the second quarter. Now they've got it in their own end for the first time, trailing now by 9. Oscar Robertson has it on the outside. He is struggling with it out there and stepped on the half-court line, and that's another violation, another turnover for Milwaukee. A lot of things for Coach Larry Costello to be unhappy about here tonight as the Knicks look to expand the lead back to double digits. They go inside to Reed. He fakes. He shuffles his feet. No call. He puts the shot up, and he's fouled by Driscoll. And Larry Costello is furious. He's about to have a stroke over there on the Milwaukee bench. First he wanted the traveling call. Didn't get the travel. Instead got another foul whistled on Driscoll, sending Willis Reed back to the free throw line, where the Knicks are piling up the points here in the second period. Reed connects on both free throws. He's now got 5 points and 4 rebounds. And New York has opened up an 11-point lead, their biggest of the night, 39-28. As the Bucks are just desperately trying to get out of their own way here at the beginning of the second quarter with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the bench. Here is Lucius Allen with it, out on top. Tries to get in the lane. Reed cuts him off. The shot is no good. And Monroe comes out with the rebound, and Monroe travels with it. So Milwaukee will keep possession here, still trailing by 11. The inbounds pass will go to Perry. Perry on the outside. Tries to dump it inside to Dandridge, posting up. And Dandridge turns and scores. They need to get Bob Dandridge going, especially with Kareem on the bench. Dandridge can score, was a 20-point scorer on the regular season he was a 20-point scorer on the season for Milwaukee. And he brings the Bucks back within single digits on that basket. 39-30 now, New York with the lead and the basketball. Meminger has it out on top. He wants to find DeBusschere on the low block. DeBusschere steps around Perry, lays it up and good. Double digits now for DeBusschere as New York stretches the lead back to 11. Bucks now with it in the hands of Driscoll. Driscoll way out away from the basket, not where he likes to operate. Sends it back to Allen at the free throw line. Allen steps around Meminger, lays it up, and good. And he draws the foul on Meminger.
Foul is on Meminger, his first.
And it is Lucius Allen with the opportunity for the three-point play here. As Kareem comes back into the game for the Bucks. Allen steps to the free throw line and converts.
Allen made the free throw.
41-33 now. Knicks with the lead. As Meminger brings the offense back for New York. He's got options. He sends it inside to DeBusschere, gets it back. 13 on the shot clock. Playing a little two-man game with DeBusschere on the low block. The entry pass to DeBusschere is denied, and the Knicks can't get a shot off. Little too much cutesy from Meminger on that possession. And the Knicks are unable to get the shot off. Ball goes back over to Milwaukee. It's in the hands of Robertson. Robertson has an open look from the wing. The shot is off target, no good. Robertson wanted the foul, does not get the call, and that does not improve Larry Costello's mood one little bit. McLaughlin back into the game for Milwaukee. As New York sets up the offense. They go in down low to Reed. Reed comes off the interior screen, has a mismatch against Driscoll down there. Reed with a jump hook gets the bounce and gets it to drop. That puts New York back on top by 10, 43-33. As now Milwaukee has McLaughlin open at the free throw line. Fakes the shot, drives into the lane, runs over Earl Monroe, and he's called for the offensive foul. Goodness gracious, things going from bad to worse for Milwaukee on that possession. Into the game is Wally Jones now in the backcourt. He'll play alongside McLaughlin. Walt Frazier back into the game for New York to run the offense. They get it to DeBusschere on the outside. DeBusschere looking for help. Can he find an open teammate? No. He shoots the fadeaway from 16 feet out. Bad looking shot there. Bounces out of bounds. Ball goes over to Milwaukee. 8:29 now to play before halftime. Milwaukee once again with the basketball, looking to cut into the lead. Here's an open look from the wing for McLaughlin, and he drills it. McLaughlin, a very popular player out of Indiana. After his playing career with the Bucks, became the color commentator for the radio broadcasts. With that basket, he brings Milwaukee back to within 8 as Frazier sets up the Knicks offense. Once again, they run an inside screen for Reed. They get the ball to him on the low block with a mismatch. He steps over McLaughlin, lays it up, and good. That's a couple of open sets they've run for Willis Reed to get him clear looks on the block. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has got to work harder getting through those screens and defend that man. That's now 9 points for Reed. He's outscored Kareem. And the Knicks are back on top by 10. Dandridge has it on the outside. Wants to get it into Kareem down low. Kareem working the low block against Reed. He fakes. He gets it back. His shot is no good, and Reed takes the rebound. Kareem forced that one. Back come the Knicks with Frazier. Working now against Wally Jones. Sends it over to Bradley on the wing. And Bradley had that one stolen away and had his pocket picked by Bob Dandridge. Good defensive play by the first team all-defensive performer. Milwaukee back in possession. Here's an outside look for Wally Jones. He can't get that to fall. The rebound goes to Willis Reed. He tries for the outlet pass, but had it tipped away and lost it out of bounds. Oscar Robertson back out to run the point for... Actually, he'll run the shooting guard, and Jones will stay at the point. Milwaukee with the basketball now. Dandridge on the outside. Dandridge has a good look from the wing, and he converts it. Dandridge got open off the screen, buried that one. The lead is back to 8. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. Down inside they go once again to Reed. This time Jabbar fights through the screen, and Reed cannot get the shot to go. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul called against Willis Reed for the Knicks, and that will give possession back to Milwaukee. Starting 5 in the game for New York. Milwaukee has Lucius Allen in the game at the point and Robertson at the shooting guard. And the rest of their starting 5 is intact. Milwaukee with the basketball in the hands of Perry. Perry working against DeBusschere on the low block. Fakes, steps around DeBusschere, lays it up, no good. But he is hit on the arm by DeBusschere, and that will send Curtis Perry to the free throw line.
Personal, third team foul.
That seems to placate Larry Costello a little bit, as the foul totals are
Perry made the free throw.
Still somewhat discordant in favor of New York. Perry hits the first free throw. And Perry missed the second. And Bill Bradley on the board work for Milwaukee. The lead has been cut to 7 as New York comes away with it. Knicks with the basketball now, and DeBusschere. DeBusschere working inside on Perry, in there with the big boys. Steps around Perry, his layup is no good. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar takes the rebound for Milwaukee. That is his 10th. Bucks now want to run. They've got it out in the hands of Lucius Allen. Allen and Robertson, 2-on-2 the other way. It's Allen. His layup is no good. Spins out. Robertson takes the rebound. And Robertson's just going to pull it back out and reset the Milwaukee offense. So good recovery in the transition defense there for the Knicks to deny the layup. But Milwaukee's going to have another shot at it here, as Lucius Allen now has it out on top directing traffic. They dump it down to Kareem. Kareem in the paint. Fakes. Shoots. It's too strong. Rebound is taken out of there by Curtis Perry, working hard on the offensive glass. Perry goes to the left hand on the putback, and he's got it blocked from behind by Monroe. Out of bounds to Milwaukee. But nice help side inside defense there by Earl Monroe to deny Perry on the attempted putback. Now we've got Robertson open on the perimeter. Tries to get it inside to Perry. His pass is picked off by DeBusschere. Another steal for Dave DeBusschere. New York back in possession now, leading again by 7 as we're past the midway point of period number 2. Here's an outside jump shot for Monroe. That one spins out. And the rebound is taken by Lucius Allen, coming back for it. Allen quickly out on the break. Gets it to Robertson. Gets it back. Milwaukee has numbers. Robertson has it on the wing. Sends it cross court to Dandridge. Dandridge gets into the lane and slams it home.
Dandridge.
Nice fast break by Milwaukee. They're back within 5. That's as close as they've been in a while. 45-40 is the score. Bradley now with the ball on the outside. He had a very solid effort in the first quarter. Second quarter, his first shot is up and good. 5 straight field goals for Bradley. Puts New York back on top by 7. 47-40. Milwaukee setting things up inside. Open on the block is Perry. Works inside against DeBusschere, and DeBusschere blocked him. Boy, DeBusschere is all over the place on defense here tonight. Monroe with the rebound for New York, and they'll walk it back the other way. Frazier setting up the offense, working on Allen. Sends it across to Bradley. Here's another jumper by Bradley. This time he left it short, and Abdul-Jabbar takes the rebound for Milwaukee. Kareem's got it out on the baseline. Sends it back to Allen at the free throw line. Allen drives into the lane but runs over Frazier, and that is another offensive foul. Ball goes back over to New York. We're under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Bucks still holding a deficit as New York is on top by 7. 47-40. The ball is in the hands of Monroe. Monroe's going to try the jumper from the free throw line extended, and he couldn't get it to fall. Abdul-Jabbar with yet another rebound for Milwaukee. Quick outlet by Jabbar. Milwaukee wants to run. They've got it in the hands of Allen. Allen inside down low to Kareem, and Kareem slams it home. And he is fouled on the play. That will send Kareem to the free throw line.
His first personal, 14 foul.
Foul by the rookie John Giannelli. Suddenly finds himself in an NBA game squaring off against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He didn't know what to do.
Kareem made the free throw.
As Stone Cold Steve Austin would say, he didn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his ass when Kareem got loose in there. Kareem hits the free throw. He's now got 10 points to go with 12 rebounds, and Milwaukee has cut the lead to 4. They work it down low to Jackson. Phil Jackson back in the game. Very productive first quarter. Jackson now working against Dandridge. This time he cannot get the hook shot to go, and Curtis Perry takes the rebound for Milwaukee. They'll walk it back the other way this time, as Robertson didn't like the looks of the fast break. They've got it into the hands of Lucius Allen now at the free throw line. Allen is going to look on the wing to Dandridge. Dandridge from the outside shoots and misses, but he is fouled on the play by Jackson, and that will send Bob Dandridge to the free throw line with a chance to pull the Bucks to within 2. Dandridge hits the first.
Dandridge drains the first one.
But that's not going to be counted. That's going to be waved off due to a lane violation on Curtis Perry. That's kind of weird. Lane violation on the first free throw of a pair of free throws. Why would you even be thinking about stepping into the lane? Dandridge hits the second, and that cuts the lead to 3. 47-44. 4 minutes to play in the second period. Milwaukee making a game out of this one. It looked like New York might take control, but Milwaukee has clawed their way back into it, and they are now within striking distance. Here's Frazier with it on the outside. Looks on the wing to Bradley. Dribbles through the trap. Gets it to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley with the steps to his left, shoots the baseline jump shot and scores it. 14 points now for Bill Bradley to lead all scorers. New York back on top by 5. 49-44. Dandridge has it on the outside, sends it over to Allen and down inside to Kareem. Nice lob by Allen to Kareem, and Kareem slams it home. He got loose and put that one home, and the lead is cut back to 3. Back come the Knicks. Jerry Lucas in the ballgame now for New York. Playing a little two-man game with Frazier, but that pass is tipped away by Allen and stolen by Robertson. Milwaukee's got it 3-on-1 going the other way. Allen with Robertson, with Kareem on the left. Down to Robertson on the baseline. Robertson drives it to the baseline, cannot get it to go, but he is fouled on the play by Frazier. And that is going to be 3 on Frazier. That is a big call against New York. And with 3 minutes left to go here in the half, Walt Frazier is likely headed to the bench in foul trouble. As Oscar Robertson will step to the line, he'll get 3 to make 2. He hits the first.
Robertson made the free throw.
And as expected, the horn sounds and Dean Meminger returns to the game to replace Frazier in the foul trouble. Robertson misses a second. He'll get the bonus. The bonus is good, and it's down to a 1-point game, 49-48. New York with the lead and the basketball, but this is the closest the game has been since very early on. New York looking to make something happen offensively. Bradley has it inside against Dandridge. Dandridge is all over it. He's going to try and dump it to the rookie Giannelli. And Giannelli gets possession, and Perry reached in and fouled him. And that is going to send John Giannelli to the free throw line. Rookie out of Pacific. West Coast dude playing for the East Coast Lakers. Actually, they call that foul on the floor. It will be a side out for the Knicks, with Giannelli to inbound. The pass comes into Lucas. Lucas steps away. He's got some room on the baseline. Kareem doesn't want to chase him all the way out that far, but Lucas cannot get the shot to go, and Kareem recovers and takes the rebound, and he is fouled by Lucas on the loose ball. Frustration foul there by Jerry Lucas is going to send Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the free throw line with a chance to give Milwaukee the lead. Jabbar makes the first. That will tie the game at 49. Both teams now shooting 49% from the field. The field goal shooting has cooled off here in period number 2. Kareem hits them both, and Milwaukee is on top, 50-49. Henry Bibby now running the point for the Knicks. Looks to call out a play. Sends it to DeBusschere on the outside. DeBusschere sends it, bounce pass into Willis Reed. Oh, Reed gets around Abdul-Jabbar, and nice reverse layup there. Kareem thought he had him defended, but Reed found a way to get that one up and in. He's now got double figures with 11, and the Knicks are back on top. Inside they look to Driscoll. Driscoll working on DeBusschere in the low post. Shoots from close range and scores it.
Driscoll,
a veteran, third year out of Boston College is Terry Driscoll. We've seen him now for all 3 seasons of Epic Basketball League play. Henry Bibby with it out on top for New York, guarded by Wally Jones. Battle of the backups. Bibby steps to his right, pulls the trigger, cannot get the jump shot to fall. And another rebound for Kareem. 14 points, 14 rebounds here in the first half for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Back come the Bucks, looking to extend the lead. Down low they go to Kareem. Reed forces him out to the baseline. Forearm shiver across the lower back. Kareem is going to look for help. Sends across court to Dandridge. Dandridge with the elbow jump shot. That's offline. And the rebound is taken out of there by Henry Bibby for the Knicks. Bibby wants to trigger the fast break. He's got DeBusschere and Memminger on the wings. It's a 3-on-2 going the other way. Memminger at the free throw line. Working on Jones. Sends it back over to Bibby. Bibby to his left hand, lays it up and good.
Henry Bibby.
4 points now for Henry Bibby. New York goes back on top. Minute and a half to play in the second period. Milwaukee's looking down low to Kareem. Kareem calling for it on the low block. They can't get it inside to Kareem as DeBusschere denied the inbound, the interior pass, the entry pass. Instead, they send it to Driscoll, and Driscoll's fouled on the play by Willis Reed. Foul totals for both teams starting to pile up. That's 2 on Reed, and that will send Terry Driscoll to the free throw line. First shot by Driscoll is good. We're tied at 53. Driscoll hits them both.
Driscoll made the
and that puts Milwaukee back on top. 54-53, a minute 22 to play. Second period. Memminger with a skip pass over to Monroe. Monroe from the perimeter sends it back to Memminger. Memminger's way offline with the shot. DeBusschere takes the offensive rebound. DeBusschere's going to try the putback. Steps around Driscoll, takes it up strong. Tries to dump it down low to Giannelli. Out of play, ball to Milwaukee. I thought DeBusschere should have taken that shot. But he passed up the shot in favor of the interior pass, and that led to the turnover. So with a minute 7 to play, Milwaukee has the basketball and the 1-point lead as John McLaughlin returns to the game. McLaughlin immediately gets the ball from the wing. His long jump shot is true.
McLaughlin.
And that puts Milwaukee up by 3, 56-53, as we enter the final minute of the first half. Memminger directing traffic. Driscoll follows him out on the switch. 16 on the shot clock. Memminger dribbles back to his right. Sends it inside to Ginelli on the low block. Ginelli from short range shoots and scores. Good find by Earl Monroe, actually gets credit for that assist. The score is now 56-55. 34 seconds on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock as the Bucks set up on offense. Down inside they go to Kareem. Kareem has it on the block. Kicks it out to McLaughlin for the jump shot. That's no good. Offensive rebound taken by Wally Jones. He sends it back over to McLaughlin, and the shot clock has been turned off. Milwaukee's going to try and hold for the last shot of the half here. As they work it around, Kareem inside, back out to Driscoll. Driscoll, nice move down the baseline. Gets to the rack, lays it up, and good at the buzzer.
At the end of the first half, Milwaukee.
They thought Kareem was going to go for the shot. He was doubled. He found the open man Driscoll, who drove the baseline, laid it up, and good. And your first half score is Milwaukee 58, New York 55. Knicks managed only 22 points in that second quarter. As we take a look at the box score, leading scorers on the night with 14 apiece are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Bucks and Bill Bradley for the Knicks. Bradley did most of his damage in the first quarter. In fact, we can see the quarterly breakdown. Kareem with 7 in the first, 7 in the second. Bradley with 10 in the first, only 4 in the second. Nice second quarter by Willis Reed with 11 points for New York. And once again, it is Kareem with those 14 points, 14 rebounds, looking every bit like the All-NBA superstar that he is. And Bradley with 14 along with Reed, 11 and 10 for DeBusschere. Balanced scoring attack from the Knicks. As we take a moment here as I refill my Diet Dr. Pepper to keep the voice loose, and we'll talk about what's happening on the channel. Good news and bad news. Well, the good news for me is that my wife is off work this weekend, so we'll get to spend some time together over the weekend. So there will not be Heartland Championship Wrestling on the channel tomorrow. On Sunday, we will be back with My Journey with Jesus when we talk about the cost of discipleship. Last week, we saw the feeding of the 5,000 as the disciples start to get very actively engaged in the ministry alongside Jesus. And we're going to hear more about that on Sunday. Next Friday night, we will be back on the channel with NBA action as the Philadelphia 76ers visit the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this was a historically bad Philadelphia 76ers team. This was the team that went 9-73, which I believe was certainly at the time an NBA record, and I don't know if that has been surpassed. The Hawks are led by Pistol Pete Maravich, who put up 44 points on opening night to give Atlanta an opening night victory. So we will look forward to that on the channel next Friday night. And now we are ready to head back to action here in quarter number 3 of a very entertaining game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. New York led most of the first period. Milwaukee climbed back into it and holds a 3-point lead here as we start the second half with the opening tip-off controlled by Milwaukee as the Bucks look to extend the lead. Dandridge has it on the outside. The offensive options are not good, so Dandridge is going to pull the trigger himself. That one rolls around and off, and Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. It's Frazier and Monroe, Bradley and DeBusschere, and Jerry Lucas into the game, starting the second half at the center position for the Knicks. For the Bucks, it is Robertson and McLaughlin in the backcourt, Dandridge, Perry, and Abdul-Jabbar. And I believe this is the way I did draw it up on the rotation grid. So we'll see if the computer manager obeys the manual rotation grids that I put together before this ball game. New York has the basketball as Dandridge missed the jump shot. They've got it into the hands of Frazier. Frazier had 5 assists but only 2 points in the first period. He's going to pull the trigger over Robertson, and he drills it.
Clyde.
He might have gotten the message from Red Holtzman to be a little more aggressive shooting the basketball, and he comes right out off the bench and buries his first jumper of the second half to pull the Knicks back to within 1. 58-57, Milwaukee leading. Inside they go to Perry. Perry working on DeBusschere in the paint. And Perry got his left arm out there and pushed off, trying to get an open shot. And that is going to be an offensive foul on Perry, and that is his 4th. Quickly, Perry out of the game, replaced by Terry Driscoll. New York now once again has possession and a chance to regain the lead. The ball goes out to Frazier on the perimeter. He's going to pull the trigger again. Steps to his left, shoots and scores.
Clyde.
Walt Frazier with 4 quick points off the bench in the opening minute of play here in the third quarter, and just like that, the Knicks are back on top, 59-58, and we have our first runtime error of the season. I hope this does not become a pattern, but we're going to have to reset things here at the Dave Cave and restart the contest. I did enjoy listening to Dave Cook on the Digital to Dice podcast. And Dave, if you're still with us, thanks for putting Mr. Cook on the podcast. I enjoyed the listen. So we're going to resume the saved game here. It is 9:24 of 21. We will double click there and see where this picks us back up. And yeah, we're picking right up where we left off with New York on top by 1. 11:07 to play in the third. The open man for Milwaukee is McLaughlin. He takes the pass from Kareem, steps into the lane, cannot get the shot to go. It's off the front rim, and DeBusschere takes the rebound for New York. It's 3-on-3 the other way. Frazier in the lead, but he's got a couple of bigs alongside, so he's going to pull it back out and just set up the offense in the half-court set. He sends it over to Bradley on the outside. Bradley has a shot against Dandridge, and he left it short. Offensive rebound taken out of there by Jerry Lucas. Lucas is going to try for a putback. His short rainbow is good, and he's got his first basket of the night. 2 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds for the former Ohio State Buckeye. Puts New York back on top by 3, 61-58. Milwaukee has it, and they look down low to Kareem. The whistle blows, and he is fouled by Lucas, and that is 4 on Lucas. That is probably going to bring Willis Reed back into the game as Lucas has to sit. Action continues with Driscoll to inbound for Milwaukee. The pass goes to Dandridge on the perimeter. Dandridge is going to take a look at a 14-footer from the wing, but he loses control, and the ball dribbles out of bounds over to New York on the turnover. Bucks on top, Bucks trailing by 3 as the Knicks come back to the offensive side. Walt Frazier running the offense. Sends it down inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working on Driscoll in the low block. And he's called for the offensive foul. So ball goes back over to Milwaukee. Trailing by 3. As they look inside to Kareem. Oh, Kareem comes off the screen. He has got a big mismatch down low over Frazier.
Kareem.
And he made that look easy. Frazier caught in no man's land down there, and Kareem with the easy basket. He's got 16 points on the night. That now leads all scorers. Bradley with the open look for New York at the other end. He stops, he pops, it drops.
Dollar bill.
Dollar Bill Bradley now with 16 for New York. Knicks back on top by 3. Bucks coming back the other way with Robertson. Picked up out there by DeBusschere on the switch, and Robertson buries the jump shot. Both teams heating up from the perimeter to start the third quarter. New York on top by 1, 63-62. As now the entry pass goes into Willis Reed. Reed back in the game, working on Kareem. Cannot get the jump shot to go, but he gets his own rebound. Reed on the putback. Gets it to fall.
Willis Reed.
Good second effort by Willis Reed puts New York back on top by 3. 65-62. Here's Milwaukee back on the offensive end. They've got an open look out there for McLaughlin, but it's tipped away and stolen by Earl Monroe. Nice defense by Earl Monroe. Not one of the all-defensive players on the Knicks, but his contribution certainly helped on that possession. As Frazier now with another open look on the offensive side for Milwaukee. This time it is knocked away by Robertson. Frazier picks it back up but cannot get the shot off in time, and that will be a shot clock violation. So after Frazier put 2 jump shots into the mug of Oscar Robertson, Robertson got the best of him on that possession for the turnover. Milwaukee basketball trailing by 3. 8 minutes to play in the third. Robertson has it on the outside. 15 on the shot clock. He takes the jump shot from way out on the top of the key and scores it. Double figures now for Oscar Robertson with 11. The lead is cut to 1. Back come the Knicks. Frazier working on Robertson again. This time he's going to try and explore the lane. He takes it into the hoop, and Frazier is fouled by Kareem. Kareem tried to get over and block that shot, but Frazier with a good ball fake forced Kareem into the foul. That foul is called on the floor. It will be New York to inbound. Bradley on the sideline. New York still leading by 1 as they get it to DeBusschere on the wing. 14 on the shot clock. DeBusschere looks down low to Reed. Reed in traffic, steps around Dandridge. Lays it up, it curls around the rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play. And Reed will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Second team foul.
They give that one to John McLaughlin coming over to help out. Reed hits the first free throw.
Reed made the free throw.
He's now got 14 points on the night. Reed hits them both. New York is back on top by 3. Milwaukee basketball. Inside they go to Kareem. Kareem in the lane, defended by Reed. Turns, goes to the sky hook with the left hand and drops that one through. Give the assist to Oscar Robertson. The lead is cut to 1. Back come the Knicks the other way. Frazier down low to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working on Mickey Davis, the rookie in the paint. Davis got it, knocked it away from him, kicked out of bounds. New York retains possession with 8 on the shot clock. Frazier has the ball on the outside. Working against Robertson. Shot clock winding down. Frazier pulls the trigger again and scores again.
Walt Frazier.
6 points here in the third quarter for Frazier. New York back on top by 3. Under 7 to play in the third. Here's an open look from the outside for Bob Dandridge. That one rims out. And the rebound is taken for New York by Willis Reed. New York sets up the half-court offense. Frazier over to Bradley. Bradley for an open look from the free throw line. Drills that one. Another assist for Frazier. That is 6. New York now on top by 5. Milwaukee basketball. They get another look for McLaughlin on the perimeter. He's got a nice looking jump shot out there, but he cannot get it to cannot get the shot off in time, and that is a shot clock violation. So we are at the midway point of the third quarter. New York with the basketball, and now a 5-point lead. Knicks run the offense through Frazier, running a motion set. DeBusschere comes up to the elbow, sets the screen. They dump it down inside low to Reed on the low block. Reed comes off the screen, has an open look over Dandridge and buries it. Willis Reed stepping up his game, and the Knicks now go on top by 7. Starting to open a little distance here. Here's Robertson with the basketball on the offensive end for Milwaukee. And, has his pocket picked by Frazier. Frazier in transition, wants to run. He's got Monroe and Bradley on the wings. Monroe gets it back to Frazier. And Frazier bowls over Oscar Robertson, and he's called for the charge. That is a big call for the New York Knicks. And now it is Red Holtzman's turn to give the referees an earful, as Frazier has picked up his 4th foul, and he is headed to the bench. Memminger in for Frazier. Lucius Allen into the game now at the point guard for Milwaukee. They send it down low again to Kareem. That's their bread and butter. Working on Reed down low. Steps around Reed. Cannot get the layup to fall. And here is a rebound for Mickey Davis off the offensive glass, but he is called for the over the back and a loose ball foul against Milwaukee. Ball goes back over to the Knicks. Monroe has it on the outside. Picked up by Robertson out there. And Monroe drills a jump shot, and he is bumped by Robertson on the landing. And that'll be a 3-point opportunity for Earl Monroe. Monroe hits the free throw. He's got 4 points now on the night. And once again, the Knicks have opened up a double-digit lead, 76-66, with 5 minutes to play in the third. Bucks need to make something happen. They're on a dry spell here. They get it to Robertson on the outside. Robertson working against Monroe. Monroe fouled him. And that is going to be on the floor.
First personal, second team foul.
So it will be an inbounds for Milwaukee with a fresh 24 seconds to work with. Mickey Davis to inbound. They get it to Kareem on the wing. Too far away to accomplish anything. He looks for help. Finds Dandridge on the free throw line. Dandridge is going to take the shot from the free throw line, and it is offline. Rebound taken by Dean Memminger for New York. Quickly, the Bucks get back in transition defense, and Memminger is going to have to pull the ball back and set up the half court. 4.5 minutes to play in the third. New York still on top by 10. The open man for New York is Monroe. Monroe covered closely by Robertson now. Sends it to Reed on the perimeter. Reed looks down inside to Phil Jackson. Jackson working on the low block. Dumps it out to Bradley. Tipped away by Davidson and out of bounds. New York will retain possession with 16 on the shot clock. Into the game for the first time for Milwaukee comes Gary Greger, fifth-year man out of South Carolina. New York to inbound. Bradley will be the trigger man. And Bradley sends it over to Jackson. Bradley gets it back. He's got a good look from the perimeter. His mid-range jump shot is good.
Dollar bill.
20 points now for Bill Bradley to lead all scorers. New York has opened up their biggest lead of the game, 78-66. As the dry spell continues for the Milwaukee offense. Here's a jump shot by Lucius Allen. He forced that one up there, no good. And the rebound taken by Phil Jackson for the Knicks. Knicks looking to extend the lead. They're on a run here. Monroe has it on the outside. Fakes to his left, dribbles to his right, gets into the lane. Cut off by Jabbar. The shot by Monroe is no good. Phil Jackson takes the rebound down off the weak side. Jackson, with the putback attempt, has his pocket picked by Lucius Allen. Nicely done by Allen to recover on that play. Milwaukee basketball now with Dandridge at the free throw line. Guarded by Jackson. Dandridge gets the shot off and scores it. And that ends an 11-0 run by the Knicks and brings it back to a 10-point game, 78-68, 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Monroe with it on the outside for the Knicks. Working on Robertson. Jump shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound taken by Bob Dandridge for Milwaukee. Lucius Allen brings the Bucks back, sends it over to Oscar Robertson on the wing. Robertson working on Monroe. Oh, dumps it down inside to Kareem. Nice pass inside. Kareem could not get the runner to go. And Phil Jackson with another strong rebound for New York. Knicks coming back with Meminger. Over on the perimeter, Bradley. Bradley with another jump shot. This time it's offline. Jackson grabs the rebound off the offensive glass. Jackson with the putback attempt for New York is no good. And Bob Dandridge takes the board. Kareem takes the board out of there for Milwaukee. 15 rebounds now for Milwaukee. As Robertson will take it back the other way slowly. Inside they look to Gary Greger. Greger working on the low block against Phil Jackson. 22 on the shot clock. Kicks it back out to Robertson at the free throw line. Robertson fakes left, goes to his right, and he is nailed by Earl Monroe. Hard foul by Monroe as Robertson had pretty much faked him out of his sneakers. Milwaukee with another side out. Driscoll to inbound. The inside pass comes into Mickey Davis. Davis looking for his first points of the night. He sends it back out instead to Wally Jones, and the jump shot by Wally Jones is no good. Rebound is kicked away out of bounds. Possession will go to the Knicks. Knicks still lead by 10, 2:20 to play, third period. Dick Barnett into the game for the first time for the Knicks. Here's Meminger with a pull from the free throw line, no good. Terry Driscoll takes the rebound for Milwaukee. So we've got a few guys getting rest on both sides of the court here. The lineup for Milwaukee is Lucius Allen at the point, Wally Jones at the shooting guard, with Mickey Davis at the small forward, flanked by Terry Driscoll, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still in the game for the Bucks. For New York, we've got Meminger and Barnett, both backups in the backcourt. Dave DeBuscher at the small forward is the only starter on the court for the Knicks at present. Phil Jackson, who's had a nice night off the bench, and the rookie John Giannelli inside for New York. New York with Frazier and Lucas both in foul trouble, causing some of this rotation pattern of the substitutions. Milwaukee with the basketball now, setting up the offense. Lucius Allen has it out at the top of the key, guarded by Meminger. He fakes. He drives into the lane, dumps it off to Driscoll. Driscoll drops it out of bounds. That's a turnover. And now Dick Cunningham into the game for the first time for Milwaukee, replacing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Another famous Cunningham out of Milwaukee. New York with the basketball, leading by 10. Under 2 to play now. As Bradley gets the ball from Meminger, sends it back to Meminger. Meminger's jump shot is no good. Giannelli taps the rebound to himself, shoots over Cunningham, and gets it off the glass and good. 4 points now for the rookie Giannelli, and that puts New York on top by 12, 80-68. Here's Mickey Davis with an outside pass to Allen. Allen has his jump shot attempt blocked by Giannelli. Dick Cunningham takes the board. 6 on the shot clock. Cunningham tries to get the offensive putback, and that one is blocked by Ginelli, and Ginelli comes out with a rebound. 2 block shots and a rebound for Ginelli on that defensive possession. This rookie looks like the next coming of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on that sequence. New York now with the basketball. Outside, here's another look for Bradley. Good looking stroke, but offline, and the rebound taken out of there by Cunningham. A minute to play in the third. Milwaukee still trails by 12 with the basketball. Here's an outside look for Wally Jones. He failed miserably on his first attempt. This time he gives up on the shot attempt, sends it over to Lucius Allen instead. Allen's jump shot won't go. Phil Jackson with the rebound for New York. 29 seconds to go. Ginelli with a down low, kicks it out to Barnett on the wing. Barnett double teamed by Cunningham, and Cunningham fouled him as Barnett tried to get into the lane.
Cunningham, first personal, 15.
That will put New York in the bonus and send Dick Barnett to the free throw line. He hits the first.
Barnett made the free throw.
Barnett now 14 years out of Tennessee State. Second free throw by Barnett is good.
Barnett hit the free
2
throw.
points on the night for Barnett. And the lead for New York is up to 14, 82-68. As New York has taken control of this one in the third quarter. 16 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Milwaukee's going to hold for the final shot of the period. It's in the hands of Wally Jones, defended by Barnett. Jones takes the jump shot and scores it. And he's fouled on the play by Barnett.
Jones scores.
How about that play by Wally Jones?
First personal, 14 foul.
Veteran out of Villanova. Gets the hoop and the harm. And he's got a chance for a three-point play here with just 1 second remaining on the clock in the third period. Jones missed the free throw. Reed comes out of the pack with the rebound. Only 1 second to go on the clock. Monroe throws one up from way, way outside. It's no good. And that ends the period.
At the end of the third quarter, New York 82, Milwaukee 70.
Another strong period for the New York Knicks. As we take a look at the box score. Milwaukee managed only 12 points in a disastrous third period. Their shooting percentage is down to 46%. Kareem still having a good night with 18 points, 15 rebounds. But the stellar defense by the Knicks and a balanced scoring attack. 20 for Bill Bradley, 17 for Willis Reed, 10 for DeBusschere. Has New York comfortably on top. As Frazier, Bradley, and Reed all with 6 points apiece for New York in that period. Abdul-Jabbar and Robertson each with 4 to lead the Bucks in the quarter, and that is not going to get it done for your former Epic Basketball League world champions. On we go to quarter number 4. The opening tip-off is in the air. It is gathered by New York as they look to expand upon a 12-point lead. The open man inside for the Knicks is DeBusschere. Works his way, stops, shoots the J. That's no good. Offensive rebound taken by Dick Barnett. Barnett's going to pass it back out and reset the offense. Open inside now is Jackson on the low block. Jackson tries to kick it across the lane to DeBusschere. It's knocked out of bounds. Off the hands, last touch by DeBusschere. Basketball will go over to Milwaukee. Bucks trailing by 12. Robertson with a jump shot quickly to start the fourth quarter offense. That's no good. The ball is tipped around and taken out of there by Jerry Lucas for New York. Knicks will walk it back the other way. Here's an open look for Frazier from the top of the key. That's no good, but he is fouled on the shot by Robertson. And Walt Frazier will head to the free throw line. Frazier for 2 shots. The first shot is good.
Frazier made the free throw.
And if he can hit the second, that'll put him in double digits for the night. Frazier makes good on both shots. New York back on top by 14. 84-70 is your score. Milwaukee desperately needs to make something happen on offense. The ball is in the hands of Robertson. He is going to attack the paint. Steps around Frazier, gets to the lane, lays it up and good.
Robertson.
Collision on that play, but no call. Give the basket to Oscar Robertson. Frazier in trouble with those 4 personal fouls. Frazier's got the ball now on top. He comes off the screen. He's got an open look from the top of the key, and he drills that one. Frazier now with 12 for New York. The lead back up to 14. Inside they look to Mickey Davis. Mickey Davis working on the low block over Jackson. He shoots and scores. Nice inside move there by the rookie out of Duquesne. New York coming back the other way. 10 minutes to go on the game clock. They get it inside to Phil Jackson. His shot is blocked. Mickey Davis got him. Here's DeBusschere on the offensive glass. DeBusschere with a putback attempt. Cannot get it off before the shot clock. And that is a violation. Nice defense by Mickey Davis there. Gains another possession for Milwaukee as they attempt to cut into the lead. The lead is 12, under 10 minutes to play. Still plenty of time for Milwaukee if they can tune things up on the defensive side and perhaps get the offense running a little better. Robertson at the point. Sends it inside to Dandridge. Dandridge works it into the paint against Phil Jackson. His short shot over Jackson is tipped away and blocked by Barnett. Mickey Davis with the offensive rebound. It'll be Davis with the putback attempt. He fakes, he shoots, he scores.
Davis.
That cuts the lead to 10. Back come the Knicks. Open on the outside is Barnett. Doesn't really have a good look. Sends it back to Frazier. Frazier whips it to Lucas. Back to Frazier for another jump shot, and Frazier scores again. Boy, Walt Frazier has really come on with his outside game here in the second half. He's got 14. The Knicks are back on top by 12. Now under 9 minutes to play. Outside with it is Dandridge on the baseline. Working on Phil Jackson. His jump shot is no good. And the rebound taken out of there by Frazier for the Knicks. They thought about running the other way, but Milwaukee quickly gets back in transition. And Frazier's just going to pull the ball back out and set up the offense. No need to be overly aggressive nursing a 12-point lead here. As the ball goes to Phil Jackson on the outside. Jackson's going to try and punch it inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere gets the shot over Mickey Davis and he scores. 12 now for DeBusschere. New York back on top by 14. 90-76. 8.5 minutes to play in this ball game. The clock is not the friend of the Milwaukee Bucks. As they look inside once again to Dandridge. Dandridge bulls his way in against Jackson. And Jackson swatted him. Nice recovery by Phil Jackson to tip that shot away. Jerry Lucas with the rebound for the Knicks. Here's Frazier with another look from the outside. And he scores it again.
Walt Frazier.
Walt Frazier is en fuego. He's got 16 points and the lead is 16 for New York. As we welcome Replay Sports Channel as a new subscriber to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Here's McLaughlin with an open look from the outside. Working against Barnett. And, McLaughlin with the shot fake and the drive, and he ran over Barnett. He's called for the offensive foul. Nice little defensive play by Barnett. Barnett will go to the bench to be replaced by Earl Monroe. Frazier back into the game along with Bradley, DeBusschere, and Jerry Lucas still down inside. Milwaukee's 5 include Allen and McLaughlin, Dandridge, Terry Driscoll at the power forward, and Kareem down low. Kareem has been quiet so far here in the fourth quarter. As Bradley has an open look for the Knicks. His jump shot is off target, and the rebound is taken down by Kareem. Milwaukee with an opportunity to run. Lucius Allen dribbles down the center of the floor, sends it over to Dandridge. Dandridge back to Lucius Allen, dribbles to his left, shoots and scores.
Allen.
Milwaukee could use a few more of those to get back into this ballgame. New York with the basketball. Frazier's got another look from the perimeter. This time he cannot get it to fall. Rebound is kicked out of bounds, and possession goes to Milwaukee. Oscar Robertson back into the game for the Bucks. Ball goes down to Gary Gregor into the game. Working on the inside against DeBusschere. Kicks it out to the baseline to Dandridge. His baseline jump shot is good.
Dandridge.
Milwaukee trying to make a run here, but they need to make some more stuff happen defensively in order to get back to this one. Here's another good look from the perimeter for Bill Bradley. And Bradley connects again.
Dollar Bill.
22 points for Dollar Bill Bradley. He will not let Milwaukee get back into this game. We're now under 7 minutes to play. The lead is still 14. As the ball is dumped out to Allen on the perimeter. Down low to Kareem. Kareem with the short jump shot around the rim and out. And the rebound taken by Jerry Lucas for New York. Good opportunity for Kareem, but he couldn't convert. And now New York looks to extend the lead once again. This time it's Monroe with the jump shot. And he is fouled by Robertson. That is 5 on Robertson. And that is costly. That's going to send Robertson to the bench to be replaced by Wally Jones. Bradley to inbound for New York. We're now at the 6-minute mark. New York with 13 on the shot clock. Frazier, fakes the shot, tries to get into the lane, cannot get the layup to go. DeBusschere keeps the rebound alive. He kicks it back out to Frazier, and the Knicks get another 24-second opportunity to run down the clock as we say hello to Replay Sports Channel now in the chat room. Classic NBA. Love this. Glad to see you here, Replay Sports Channel. This is the Epic Basketball League. We play a 20-game regular season using a relegation method with gold, silver, and bronze divisions. And these two teams are in the gold division. And if you want to hear more, we can show you how the divisions are set up and how the playoffs work at the end of the broadcast. But for now, it is midway through the fourth quarter. New York with the basketball and a 14-point lead. And now a fresh 24 seconds after the offensive rebound. Here's Monroe with it on the outside. He's got an open look against Wally Jones. His jump shot from the corner is too strong. But Bradley comes in for another offensive rebound and another 24 seconds for New York to run some clock. Bradley pitches it back out to the perimeter. It's in the hand of Frazier. He's going to send it over to Monroe. Confusion on the defensive side. Coming off that rebound allows Monroe to get into the lane, but he cannot get the shot to fall. He is fouled on the play by Abdul-Jabbar, and that will send Earl Monroe to the line for 2 free throws. It's a 14-point lead with now 5.5 to play as Earl Monroe steps to the line and converts the first.
Monroe made
only 5 points on the night for Monroe, but they haven't needed his scoring, given the productivity of Bill Bradley and Walt Frazier, particularly Frazier in the second half here. As Willis Reed returns to the ball game for New York. Monroe with the second free throw. That's good, and that pushes the lead back to 16, equaling the biggest of the night for the Knickerbockers. Milwaukee running out of time in a hurry. They want to get it down to Kareem. They can't get it to Kareem. They get it to Perry, over to Allen. Allen finally finds Kareem as the shot clock is running down. Kareem steps around Willis Reed and slams it home. Frustration by Kareem as he finally gets a shot opportunity. 20 points now for Kareem, but the Bucks still trail by 14. Here's another open look from Frazier. Cannot get that one to go as Allen was in his face. And Kareem with another rebound. Can the Bucks capitalize? Oscar Robertson with an open shot from the perimeter. Defended by Bradley, sends it back over to Lucius Allen. And it is Allen who scores on the jump shot. The lead is cut to 12, but we're under 5 minutes to play. New York in no hurry. DeBusschere on the outside. Swings it back over to Bradley on the perimeter. 5 on the shot clock. Bradley shooting with Dandridge in his face. And Bradley scores again. Bill Bradley is lighting it up tonight. He's got 24 points. And that puts New York on top by 14. We're under 4.5 to play. Quickly they go to Dandridge on the perimeter. His shot over Bradley is too strong. Rebound taken by Abdul-Jabbar. His tip is no good. And DeBusschere finally comes out of there with it for New York. More frustration for the Bucks on that possession. Back they come the other way. DeBusschere inside. Dribbles to his left, fakes to his right. Cannot get the shot off in time. And that will be a violation. But the clock is now down to 4 minutes to play. New York still leading comfortably as Milwaukee tries desperately to make anything happen on the offensive side. Once again, they try to pound it down to Kareem. Working down low on Willis Reed. Steps around Reed, lays it up and good. Reed didn't want to challenge that one too aggressively at the risk of giving up a three-point play. So Jabbar picks up his 22nd point of the night. But the Knicks still have the 12-point lead. Dean Memminger now in the game. At the point guard. Sends it to Monroe on the perimeter. Monroe with the outside jump shot. That's good. Boy, the Knicks have just been deadly from the perimeter here tonight. They now have 100 points on the night and a 14-point lead once again with 3.5 to play. Here's Allen with a quick shot on the other end, too strong. Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. New York content to run the motion offense. They get the clock down to 11. Monroe comes off a screen. Jabbar comes out to try and deny the shot. Jabbar is late getting there. And Monroe drills another one from the perimeter. 102-86 now, 3 minutes to play. Here's Robertson from the outside. With a quick shot. No, he gives up on the shot. Gives it to Kareem inside. Kareem with the sky hook. Gets that to go. But we're now under 2.5 to play. New York's going to burn some clock. They get it to Bradley on the outside. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Bradley finally missed one, but he's fouled on the play by Dandridge. And Bradley will go to the free throw line with 2 minutes, 29 seconds to play in the game. And New York still on top by 14. This Knicks team is the team that won the NBA championship in 72-73. And they are looking good here on their TV debut in Madison Square Garden this evening. Bradley connects on both free throws. He has got 26 points on the night. What a night for Bill Bradley, the veteran out of Princeton in his 6th year. Later in life, actually ran for president and served in the United States Senate for a substantial amount of time. Here's another look inside for Kareem. His short jump shot over Reed is good. Kareem now has 26. But the Knicks still lead by 14 as we hit the 2-minute mark. Here's Frazier with a look from outside, and Frazier drills another one. Oh my goodness gracious, New York just cannot miss. It's back up to a 16-point game with 2 minutes to play. Ball goes inside once again to Kareem. Working down low against Willis Reed. Kareem in traffic with the turnaround jump shot. That's good.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Give the assist to Wally Jones. 106-92. New York with a very comfortable lead as we head into the final minute and a half of play. Bradley inside. Kicks it back out. 5 on the shot clock. It goes down to Reed. Reed working against Kareem. The possession inside. The jump hook is good.
Willis Reed.
And now we're just going to play out the string as we're into the final minute of play. Kareem with another look down low. Lays it off the glass. This time it won't go. Curtis Perry with the rebound for Milwaukee. Perry with the putback attempt. That's no good. Wally Jones takes the rebound and passes it back out to Robertson. Robertson from the outside shoots and scores.
Robertson.
We're down to 34 seconds to play. New York still on top by 14. As they work the ball around and burn some clock. Milwaukee not going to foul in this situation as Bradley takes the outside jump shot. Dandridge gets a finger on it. DeBusschere keeps it alive. DeBusschere with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is no good, but he is off target. Dandridge takes the rebound. 13 seconds to play. Milwaukee back the other way quickly. Here's Jones with a long jump shot. With 4 seconds to play, his jump shot is off target. Rebound goes over to DeBusschere in traffic. And that is going to be the opportunity for the Knicks to just dribble out the clock as they get it over to Frazier. And Monroe dribbles out the clock, and that is your ball game. So thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Boy, the Knicks just lit it up in that third period. Milwaukee in that fourth period. Milwaukee tried to keep up, but the deficit was too great, and New York coasts to a 14-point win. Your leading scorer for the Knicks with 26 points was Bill Bradley, 11 for 17 from the field. Frazier with 18. Willis Reed, nice night for Reed battling against Kareem. 19 points, 9 rebounds on 7 of 10 shooting. And for Milwaukee, Jabbar was the man with 28 points, 18 rebounds. Got a little bit of help with 15 points from Oscar Robertson, but also 5 turnovers. And Robertson with 5 fouls, had some foul trouble throughout the night. So that is your final box score. And with that, we will close down the box score. And we'll take a look at the division setup. So Replay Sports Channel, if you're still hanging out with us, or those of you who have not seen the tiered structure of the relegation league that we have here in the Epic Basketball League, the Gold Division is the top tier. And these 6 teams will play only each other for a 20-game schedule. The Silver Division plays all against each other over the 20-game schedule, and the Bronze plays the Bronze. The reason this is important and laid out this way is we take you to the playoff structure. And let's see, to see the playoff structure, we're going to have to go back to a previous edition of the league file. But how this is going to work is that, here we have the playoffs. I'll pull this over onto the screen. The playoffs begin with the bronze tier. All of the NBA teams will make the playoffs, beginning with the bronze tier. The 5 teams in the bronze tier will play down to 2. The two teams in the bronze tier move up to play the six in the silver tier, and they'll play that down to two teams. And then the two teams that survive the silver tier move up to the gold tier of the playoffs, where the championship is decided. So if you're stuck down here in the silver tier, or in the gold tier like the Boston Celtics, they're going to have to move up through 3 full tiers of playoffs just to get qualified for the championship. So anybody can win, but the structure by far favors the gold tier in the formatting. And at the end of each season, the bottom 2 teams in the standings from the gold tier drop down to the silver tier, and the top 2 silver teams move up. And likewise, the silver and bronze will have a 2-team promotion and a 2-team relegation. So that's our setup. This is the 3rd year of play for the Epic Basketball League. And thank you all for tuning in tonight. Replay Sports Channel, always great to have a new face in the chat. D. Scott Howard, a regular visitor here. Dave Gardner, always a pleasure. And Philip Reynolds. And thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight for this broadcast of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Once again, we'll be back on Sunday with My Journey with Jesus. And next Friday night, we'll be back with the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. And until then, this is Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I am out of here.